You may not notice us, and that's the point. Plainclothes officers embedded where you eat, wait, and worry. We don't disrupt your life, we document it. Ministry of Obedience. You are never alone.
This is the Daily Dystopia News Network. Reality reported before it collapses.
Good evening. If today feels louder than yesterday, that's because it was engineered to be. 24 hours, 24 stories, each one insisting it's normal, temporary, necessary. Take a deep breath. Not to...
Tonight, an auto worker who shouted down the former president at a campaign stop is turning that moment into nearly $1 million. After the outburst, the plant suspended 38-year-old line technician Ray Calder. His union calls it retaliation, saying, quote, "Workers deserve a voice."
Speech is powerful. That's why we help you choose it carefully. Posts, comments, shares. Some words inspire dialogue. Others inspire a knock. Think first.
Tonight, the Labor Department is facing backlash over a slogan in its latest social posts. One people, one homeland. Union leaders say the phrase isn't new, it's historical and not in a good way.
It echoes the playbook of workers' oppression from last century.
European officials confirm the White House is seriously discussing a plan to conquer Greenland. Scandinavia has responded by quietly mobilizing troops. Convoys already rolling through northern cities and a remote base in Greenland suddenly upgraded with radar.
Tonight, the United States has completed its first sale of seized Venezuelan crude. $500 million worth of oil, once tied up in sanctions, has been pumped from Gulf Coast tanks onto the market. According to officials, most of the proceeds are being routed through a Qatari bank before heading to accounts earmarked for...
Every detainee interview is voluntary. Voluntary in the same way breathing is voluntary. With Operation Abracadabra, we transform conversations into intelligence, and intelligence into certainty. You spoke freely. We listened completely.
The White House has paused immigrant visa processing for 75 countries. Officials say too many newcomers end up on public assistance, so applications are on hold. But census data tells a different story. Immigrant households use slightly less welfare than families born in the US. We'll keep watching.
Tonight on Capitol Hill, 2 down, 4 to go. The House has approved 2 of the 12 spending bills needed to keep the government running. That leaves 4 more in the near-term package and, well, about 90% of federal operations still unfunded. Lawmakers call that progress. Your mileage may vary. The clock is now 14 days from a shutdown.
$2 billion in federal grants meant for addiction and mental health programs were suddenly terminated by the Department of Health and Human Services. The announcement blindsided clinics across the country. After a wave of backlash from providers, patients, and even some lawmakers, the agency reversed course and reinstated the funds just days.
22 candidates have entered the race to replace Marjorie Taylor Greene. 17 of them are Republicans. All of them want 1 seat. And from what we've seen under this big top, they've got zero impulse control. It's a political spectacle playing out right here in Georgia's 14th district. Part debate stage, part carnival midway.
Mid-decade redistricting is back on the table. In Virginia and Maryland, Democratic legislatures are redrawing congressional maps years before the next census, an aggressive response to Republican gerrymanders that locked in power elsewhere. Everyone I talk to says it's wrong. Everyone also says it's necessary. The stakes? Which party controls?
See something? We already did. At the Ministry of Obedience, your safety is our priority. That's why we monitor conversations, movements, associations, and intent before you realize you had them. Remember, privacy...
Why waste days digging through resumes and references? At the ministry, loyalty is confirmed in minutes. The moment a candidate steps through the door, instant scans read trust, skill fit, and background in one sweep. Speed is more than efficiency, it's truth. And in a...
Metadata has been very helpful. It told us where you go, who you trust, and what scares you. You didn't even have to say a word.
A journalist known for her critiques of ICE says the agency tried to hire her after a 6-minute interview. No background check, no vetting, just an immediate offer to join their media team. When she went public, the Department of Homeland Security called it a lie. Then she showed the emails, the contract, even a start date.
War. The Congressional Budget Office estimates it could cost up to $125 million to rebrand the Pentagon as the Department of War. Most of that money goes to replacing thousands of signs, letterhead, and the bronze plaques out front, basically anything that says defense.
Emily, tonight the FBI searched the Washington home of an investigative reporter for the Washington Post. Agents carried out boxes of files and electronics but have not charged her with any crime. A spokesperson said the search relates to an ongoing leak investigation. I'm Dana.
Tonight, California's new congressional map stands. A panel of federal judges upheld it, and with that ruling, 5 more districts tilt Democratic. The map, born out of fierce legal fights, is now the law of the land. The change makes gerrymandering officially bipartisan in the Golden.
Tonight, federal officials say an ICE agent was attacked with a shovel before firing his weapon. But a neighbor who called 911 insists officers shot through a door that was already closing. 2 stories, 1 shooting, and a country trying to decide which version to believe.
The Supreme Court has opened the door for a lawsuit challenging how Illinois counts mail-in ballots. Justices didn't weigh in on whether the rules are constitutional. They simply said the plaintiffs have standing to make their case. That means a federal trial court will now hear arguments that ballots arriving after Election Day should not be counted.
Leaked documents reveal Immigration and Customs Enforcement is running 21 domestic spy operations. One of them is literally called Operation Abracadabra because nothing says civil liberties like magical thinking. Officials insist the programs are about, quote, safety. Government speak for, we're watching you right now. So, yeah.
The family of Renee Good has hired the same law firm that went up against Minneapolis after the death of George Floyd. Their lawsuit claims officers used excessive force and then misled investigators. Allegations that echo a pattern we've heard before.
New numbers tonight show Gen Z souring fast on the former president. Approval has fallen 42 points in a single year, from 62 to 20%. 7 in 10 say the U.S. should stay out of any fight with Iran. And 2/3 worry Greenland's standoff with Denmark could fracture NATO itself. Older voters.
If today felt relentless, that's because it was designed that way. Volume replaces accountability. Speed replaces reflection. Remember this: exhaustion is not failure. It is a signal.